Are you going to connect Bluetooth? I would not want to do that right now. Are you fucking kidding me? Well, that's annoying. Here, give me a second, because this is going great. Yay. Anyway, hold on. Okay, there we go. There we go. No, we're all good. We're Gucci now. We are Gucci. Play, bitch. And then we'll fucking, do our all that shit. All right, now to load up bone. I swear to fucking God, if YouTube wants to fuck up and do that buffering shit, I'm not gonna be happy. Hopefully it don't. I know I'll record this, as one of those songs. I want to see if I can find it so I know which one to fucking upload. Yeah, I found it. That didn't take long at all. It's the second to last recording I did of them. Okay, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Shit. That wasn't that hard. At least now I know the song for sure, so at least at some point, probably tomorrow or in the future, I'll get that uploaded. Plus, I got a few things to upload tonight. At least, made me a little happy. Got at least some shit. And at least able to, get, one of the YouTube shorts of, the all ladies mosh pit that was going on. And I was just like, fuck. I gotta record that, at least as a YouTube short or something, just because, it was legit. Out of nowhere, it's like, all right, we want to have a hole. We had this earlier, but now we're doing a little different. All the ladies into the hole. I'm basically being like, all right, we're going to, have an all-lady mosh pit kind of thing. And I was just like, right on the very edge of it, I was just like, you know what? Fucking A, dude. I don't think I've ever have seen a band straight up be like, to all the women in the show to be like, get a fucking pit going. They just straight up, did that. Be like, nah, we're going to fucking, let this be. This is happening. And shit, dude, it, was fucking awesome. I was like, you know what? To see all the chicks, from mixtures of just kind of dancing around to, going hard, I was like, fuck. All right. It's like, dude, that should be more of the norm around here. All right, I want to see a circle pit, but first, I just want the ladies in there. All the ladies, get the fuck up. Come up here. All right. Show us what you got. It's because that basically is what it was. And I was like, God damn. Because that ultimately is some fucking community shit right there. Being like, all right, we all care about each other. We all love each other. And that's why we're going to, let all the ladies take care of each other in the mosh pit and fucking, go ham. We don't want no masculinity in this one. A feminine mosh pit, but it went just as hard as, the generic, typical mosh pits. I was like, fuck. And the hilarious thing is they're not even, metal specifically. They're, Appalachian, folk punk and death punk kind of stuff. And it's just it's impressive that, a sound like that could be moshable. Because my friend Logan, especially when hearing some of their studio work, he was like, they're going to be good. But I'm not sure how they're going to, be at the show. And I'm just like, me neither. but knowing what their studio recording stuff sounds like, I can imagine there's a little extra like oomph at the show. And of course there was. Of course there's a fucking oomph at the show. There was just like only one band that kind of was like just sucky. And it was the Co-Defendants. Like, it's one of the few times where I'm just like, you know, when it came to like a band at a show. Because usually I'm like, at the minimal, like, yeah, they're all right. These dudes like just had a DJ and they were like kind of rapping / singing over his stuff, and they had to be drunker than shit. Because a lot of it was just like they were like fucking like, you know, probably on something. I'm not even gonna lie, dude. Like, in a way to where it just like nullified the performance. And I've seen Marilyn Manson in 2019 where he's like fucking drunker than drunk. Okay, and even he at least sounded good. I mean, it's like, fuck. I mean, I've seen him live drunker than shit. It's like, how do these guys get so drunk to where they legit sound terrible? It was actually kind of shocking. I was like, okay, I'm glad I'm with Eric Molina outside of the fucking venue smoking a fucking J with him because fuck it. I pretty much have like I got the main guys from Los Malvados. I got his number now. And basically was able to hella chief up with Tyler Sylvia and Eric Molina and be like, yeah, like we're kind of close now. And it's like, fuck yeah. And you know what? Thank fuck I decided to do that in between the Co-Defendant set because, like I said, the little bit I got of them, I'm just like, I don't even want to take pictures of these guys. I'm just gonna sit here, let the set end because they're at their third to last song or something. I'm gonna sit here, grab the boys once it gets sparse, and get us up front. That was literally my objective. But then they abandoned me, and when I turned around, they were like gone. I was like, okay. So I had to go back up there to find them, and they were like, they suck. And I was like, well, I didn't care for them. I just wanted to get up front, so by the time Bridge City Sinners comes up, we're up front. So I went back up front after a while. I was like, all right, well, I'll go to bathroom because I had a little shooter in my shoe. And I was like, all right, fuck it. I'll go to bathroom, and I'm just going to go right past you guys up to the front again. If you want, follow me. If not, that's on you. And eventually, Logan's like, well, I will, but I'm going to, handle it, like pan out the, band first. And if they suck just like the last, band, I'm leaving. I'm like, you're not leaving. I literally straight up looked at him and was like, you're not. You're just saying that because you had it was kind of shitty when after that J that we smoked of Eric, is like, it ended up being like, or some shit, with a DJ going like, it was such a weird change up. That's what honestly threw me off. The Co-Defendants they were not the right, co-headliner, honestly. I'd rather it just be a trio, like Los Malvados 876 and then Bridge City Sinners, like all fucking local. I don't know about the other guys, though, out of like fucking like San Jose, California or something, because they sound like a bunch of drunkards out in San Jose. And I've been to San Jose once, and it sucks. I don't like San Jose. And frankly, now that shit is just straight up gotten fucking more enforced. I'm just like, okay, you know what? San Jose, you have done nothing to fucking have some positive stuff for me to look at for your fucking city, especially being so close to San Fran, that I'm like, I don't even want to fucking be there. I like California, but fuck San Jose. The one time I was there sucked. The few bands I've seen from there aren't great. It's like, all right, well, fuck San Jose then. Orange County, fucking LA, like, there's a way more prolific fucking scene out there, where the music's actually fucking good. Even like in Venice Beach. Like, it's like kind of like Server Jock Bro music out there too a little bit, but at least it still sounds good and I like it. Like, with bands like Strawberry Fuzz or some shit out of Venice, or like Chinchi Bleaches, fucking Bite Me Bambi out of fucking LA and Orange County. It's like, I mean, like, music there could be hard, but like San Jose has done nothing to represent themselves. At least in a way that's positive. Like, fuck that shit. Like, if you're all trying to flex, like San Jose trying to flex on Portland, and this is what they're bringing out, then stay in fucking San Jose, bro. Let us Portlanders and let the experts handle it, okay? That's how I felt about it, because, like, I was like, damn, dude. So like I said, I'm just glad that when I was talking with Eric from Los Moblados, it was during their set, just hella chilling. And then it started to rain, so that's when we all went back inside because I was just gonna hang with them until like their other band was done, and then I'll just go up inside and wait for Bridge City Sinners. Basically, that was my whole game plan. But he ended up going inside a little early because of the rain. Don't blame him because I did the same thing. I was like, eh. It's like, yep. Then I went up there. I started hearing them. At least, the muffled sound going up to like the second or third floor of that fucking, Crystal Ballroom. I was like, okay, sounds cool. As soon as I went inside to the actual like venue itself of that, I was like, oh no, what did I walk into? Texas. Lone Star State, Texas. Yeah. Talking about Portland, though. Good old Oregon. I got family out in Texas, out in Dallas, Fort Worth area and shit. Got a couple friends that, live out there, too, so. I ain't afraid of Texas, just not my place. Want to live there, don't mind visiting. Mostly just on the virtue that the music scene here is prolific as fuck. Texas, if you want to find a prolific music scene, your only bets is Houston and Austin. And Dallas got shit. Ain't got shit. Yeah, I mean, they do, but nowhere near like, fucking, Houston or Austin. But like, and even then, I'm just like, they've been trying to ban THCA here. That's lame. Is Texas seriously gonna drag their ass on weed? Like this hardcore? Half the fucking country is legalized this shit for like this. That's why I avoid places like that. I go to Texas for a tolerance break. I visit my family, that live out there, have a tolerance break for like a week or two, come back, and I get blasted stoned. That's why West Coast is kind of the best coast sometimes, at least special shit like that. I mean, it's not even a dog on Texas too much. I do kind of like the state, at least where it's like, for the, it has its own little beauty and shit. Like, because where Dallas is, like, if you go a little bit out east or even, like, in the south a little bit over there, there's, like, little, like, patches of like foothills and forests and shit, and one of my cousins owns like a fuckload of land out there that is just straight up like a forest. And I went out exploring that shit, and I felt at home a little bit in a way. Hotter than balls, but it was cool. Like I was like, shit. Like I mean, this kind of feels like I'm just kind of trekking for Oregon, checking out the little wildlife out there a little bit. They got like these interesting little like wild fruits that are growing out there. It's like these little spiked fruits. And I don't even know what they are, but I think they're like, probably a walnut, actually. Maybe, honestly. I know there's different types of walnuts because I broke one of them open and it was just straight up a walnut. I was like, oh. So do they have like this weird like fruit thing on it or some shit? Like a walnut fruit or something? And plus they have like really, really cool orb reavers. Like there's these tiny little like, they're called crab orb reavers, and they come into like very vibrant, bright colors. Like in blues, yellows, reds, oranges, and white even. They're just like orb reavers over here. They're just small, and I was just like, oh, because we have golden orb reavers out here, and I've seen those like orb reavers that I'm talking about, like in zoology and like insect books and shit like that, because my dad has a fuckload of them, and I've only seen them in pictures, and I just thought like, these have to be like, orb reavers from like Asia or something, but no, they're native out in North America. I was just like, oh fuck, and they're everywhere too. I mean, to see like the different like unique cool colors on them too, on their abdomen and stuff, it's like, whoa. Because like out here with golden orbs, they pretty much come in like your generic like oak brown or like straight up some vibrant gold, kind of color, or like a mixture of like orange and yellow. Very vibrant. So seeing like, spiders like so vibrantly colorful, I was just like, oh shit, that's cool. And plus they got the garden orb reavers too, which they're fucking huge. Like they're like some big suckers. But funny enough, harmless. Like they actually ain't gonna fuck with you. Like I've had one crawl on my arm a little bit, because my my aunt, like with her property that's out there, like she let a few of them just hang out because it really helps with mosquitoes, horseflies, and other things that are major annoyances. So they purposely leave them, like in their patio area. And one of them was like, taking down its nest because it got a little fucked up. And it was kind of wandering around a little bit. And I just kind of like put my arm out like this right next to it, like where it was crawling. And it just started crawling on my arm a little bit. I was like, I was a little like, oh, I purposely did it, but I was like a little, oh shit, this is a big spider. If it bites me, I'm going to feel it and it's going to hurt. But it just like kind of crawled a little bit, sat like, on my forearm for a minute, kind of crawled back. And then it tried to like do some web shit, right on my fingers. And I was like, I'm just going to put you like, kind of poke you and then move you back on the wall. I don't need you trying to form a web on my hand. But for a big spider like that, I was like, I'm not even arachnophobe or anything. I love spiders, but it's like bigger ones like that. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about you walking on me. But I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. And they're harmless as shit. Like they are very gentle, like little, like spiders, honestly. It's the ones with like the big round abdomens, like black widows, or like even like fucking brown recluse spiders, shit like that. Like there are definitely some spiders you want to avoid, or like basically KOS, kill on sight kind of thing. But most of the time, spiders ain't gonna fuck with you. That's what I love about them, honestly. And I hate to admit, but I do kind of find the idea of people having arachnophobia a little amusing. It's like, bro, those spiders are more scared of you. They have like human phobia more than we have arachnophobia, okay? Like come on, like those damn things look at us as like fucking giants. Like I literally just obliterate them and like dematerialize them to mush. It's like, I mean, they fear us more. That's why they bite, honestly. Like if you kind of fuck with them in a way that they don't like, that's why they bite, because they don't want to be literally smushed into oblivion like you're putting it under a hydraulic press. And plus, they're, ultimately, it's just there's a proper way to handle them. You literally just have to kind of like just hold your hand out and just let it walk on you, and then you just kind of do like this, blop, blop, blop. Just kind of let it, you don't fuck with it. Like that's why I think people have a fear about it, because they think you run wrong move and it's gonna bite you, and it's like, no, you just have to be chill. That's literally it. How did I get on topic about spiders again? It's talking about music and shit, and like the show that I went to the other day, and then suddenly just quickly went right into that. I mean, I actually remember. It was about the Texas talk, but honestly, I mean, to kind of bring it in full circle, like, so I would never want to, like, be in Texas personally. Just on the virtue that, like, especially with a lot of shit that, I'm able to do out here. Mostly for music, because I'm just like, big music guy. Like I would not like trade anything, for this place where I live. Unless it's like maybe Seattle or like, even Nashville, I guess, just because I know music is very fucking prolific out there. Maybe Boston. What's another? Like Houston, I guess, but literally on the virtue that Texas is still hella hardcore about like being criminalizing weed and shit. Fuck that. Like, I mean, I cannot stand these states that are just that fucking stubborn about it. Like, I think, I mean, all in all, like, there's about like 15 to 20 states left that have it just straight outright illegal, period. And Idaho's one of them, and they're my neighbor state. And fuck Idaho. They're trash. Like, it's a fucking backwater. And honestly, a lot of these fucking states that are just not fucking embracing the bank they could be making off of fucking legalized recreational marijuana is fucking insane to me. Because so many of these motherfuckers, like, Greg Abbott or like, even Sands, like, they love making their fucking bank. They love their money. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. Making money for them and their cronies and the people that fucking fund them and campaign for them and make sure that they stay in power, all that bullshit. It's like, can't you like just adopt even some of the more like, you know, mild Republican things that, you know, people like even John Boehner are like, you know, seeing the writing on the wall on? I hate John Boehner, he's a piece of shit, but like at least like that guy even, like back in 2015 or 2016, after it shortly got legalized in Colorado and Washington and just got legalized in Oregon and shit, like that's when he just immediately switched his position. His main justification, money. That was John Boehner's main reason. Oh, hey, you know, stoners want to like make people in my state fucking rich and people like me rich, you know, just because they're buying a bunch of weed and I put, you know, fucking money into it and invest into these things and I actually have a fucking say in it, then fuck it. It makes me money, so why do I care? That was literally his main reason. He doesn't give a fuck about like whether it's bad for you or good for you or whether there's like a moral, ethical, social argument to it. He cared about it for the economic argument. And honestly, like the money that's been raised in Oregon, Washington, like Oregon has a fucking surplus of weed, you know, for a while. I don't know about it anymore, but they did for like the longest fucking time. And it's like, and we didn't even know what to do with all of it. And we still do to an extent because of how fucking cheap weed is out here. Like it's so cheap. It's more, you know, effective to just straight up like find, you know, the right dispensary and just buy like an ounce or two for like fucking like at most like $70. Yeah, I'm not lying. And just fucking, you know, just chill with that. I mean, it's like shit. Like we don't know what to do with all of it, so we're practically trying to give it away. make our state money and buy all of our weed because we don't know what to do with it. Like the native Oregon population cannot buy all of it to fucking like, you know, to like get rid of all of it. You know what I mean? It's like it's just impossible. Because when it first got legalized, there was times where, at least for the very initial first part, it was basically like fresh harvested stuff. But then after about a year or two, then there was so much of it that was grown that you would be buying stuff that is, granted, very cheap as shit. All right. Okay, phone's cool now, I guess. Phone literally just randomly decided to restart itself just for literally no reason. That was fucking weird. I don't like that. This phone better not be taking a shit on. Because I swear, if it is, I literally can't afford that. Like in multiple ways in one. So I hope that ain't the case. Fucking dumbass phone. Still really fucking weird. It's just like restarts itself just apropos of nothing out of nowhere. That's really kind of fucking weird. Now I know here and there, and you know, it's like, but Jesus, it shouldn't be that fucked. Let's get in that little about. I mean, in a weird way, I wouldn't be too surprised if somehow I got like fucked, you know, for like, you know, like the show somehow because I probably like sweated through it because I had it in my pocket the whole time. So I'm thinking maybe it got like sweated through somehow. Because I know my friend Logan, his phone got a little fucked up and got like somehow like waterlogged via the virtue of Schweppes. So I'm wondering if that's what happened with this. I mean, can't be though. But I don't know. This phone's definitely seen better days. I mean, I guess it was meant to be a temporary one anyway. I mean, what was I talking about before phone decided to fuck up? I know it was about weed and a little bit about like Oregon and shit, but I don't even know exactly where I left off versus like, you know, 12's talking about that, so whatever. But I mean, ultimately, the point, at least when it comes to Oregon and shit, is that we just got too much weed and people need to buy it because it's cheap as shit. Oh, I know why I was even, bringing that topic up before the phone fuck. Because of Idaho. And also, people from Idaho literally come to Washington, Oregon, and I think even to go to Montana, because I'm pretty sure Montana is rec legal too. Like, where they'll either go to, like, fucking, like, Spokane, the fucking, Three Cities, that's in Washington, or, like, fucking, like, anywhere fucking, like, I know Oregon and shit. Like, people just literally from Idaho go anywhere but Idaho to go grab weed. And I know this for a fact because I literally went through one, when me and my folks were going to go see my sister's wedding and shit some years back, where this is before Montana legalized it, though. But it was, very laissez-faire in Montana to the point where it's like, it's medically legal, but, if you know somebody, you know what I mean? Like, it was one of those things. And plus, like, with the land out there, I mean, it's all, I think if I understand, like, even back in, like, 2016, 17 or something like that, it was, like, chill to grow it out there because I knew people that, like, shortly after high school who already had family out there that wanted to, use some of the land literally just to grow bud. And I was just like, isn't it not legal there yet? And they're like, well, it's medically legal, but, and if you go through the right process, yeah, you can grow literally all you want. I'm just like, okay, oh shit. I was like, all right. And plus, like, Montana's kind of like, despite being like a purple state, is very libertarian. And like, it really makes, and I mean libertarian, like, like fiscal conservative, but like, also like socially, left kind of, like, I mean, there's a lot of that around there in Montana and shit. And it strikes, pretty accurate for like how they are about certain things, just, because that's how it was there for a long time. I think they have it legal now, so it don't matter anymore. But I know that, like, Idaho, to bring back to that point, it's like they will literally do fucking border stops. They'll use state patrol and highway patrol to literally have like these fucking border stops to basically just see if like college kids, going to Bozeman for MSU or some shit, or like, bringing weed with them from Washington or Oregon, or vice versa too, for people maybe going to like, Washington or fucking Oregon. Like, they would like legit, like, stop people, like, for the shit like that. And like, one, how's that even legal? Like, literally border patrol for your state, for other states, just on the virtue because weed. It's like, that, it just proves that Idaho's a backwater. Like, I mean, granted, I got my bias, but you know what? It's for good fucking reason. Because that state sucks. Especially in, like, the most, like, rural, like, really deep rural parts, mostly in northern Idaho. They're unironically are just straight up, like, neo-Nazi, like, enclaves and shit like that out there. So that's another reason. Oregon's got them, too. Washington does as well. Out in, like, southern Oregon, eastern Washington, eastern Oregon, shit like that. We got them, too. But Idaho's, like, a more safer place for them to have their little gatherings. A little safer, so to speak, so, because they know even if, like, cops might, annoy them a little bit, they don't have to really worry about any problems with things like, that might get them in trouble potentially. And like I said, we got them over here too. Like, I mean, where I live, like the North Clackamas Sheriff Department, like they're like very fucking friendly with people like that. There's even been leaks, videos of them literally, back in 2020 when the wildfires were going on, out here in Oregon. And that at the same time, a lot of the protests in Portland were going on, which I was partaking in. But, when the wildfires were happening, pretty much the protests kind of stopped because the air was just too fucked up just from the smoke and shit, where it's like, it's just better to just like weather out the fucking wildfires anyway. If anything, put a lot of those funds into help a lot of places and communities that have been heavily impacted or had their fucking towns literally burnt to the ground, and shit. Like, I remember back then, like, a lot of the different protest organizations, at least here, legit, when they got, money fundraisers stuff, they used, like, whatever little extra they had to just literally be like, you know what, here, let's just, like, give it to the relief fund and stuff, because obviously, with these wildfires, they kind of need it. You know, like, I mean, you know, the state can't do everything with that shit, even though it's kind of like a priority that they should be doing. And granted, our state's better about stuff like that, and isn't as fucked with wildfires like California is. Like, California's fucked when it comes to that shit. Statewide, you know, when it comes to response to that shit, like, the whole guy. Like, I could go into the whole another thing about that. But, like, you know, one thing that, you know, because of those wildfires are going on, a weird conspiracy decided to spread around, at least in Oregon specifically, about how these wildfires started. And a lot of these fucking Proud Boy and Patriot Prayer motherfuckers, you know, bought into it, where it's like Antifa started them or some shit, which is beyond insane and comical just on the face value of it. But it was a legit common fucking thing that, you know, especially on the right, you know, around here, fucking believed. And guess what they decided to do? They literally would, like, harass and annoy fucking people, even within their own fucking communities, you know, from, like, Oregon City, Estacada, Canby. Like, some of these wildfires were really fucking close to where I live. Like, I literally saw the red embers, you know, from the south, like, fucking just glowing at night, you know, being like, I'm in the yellow zone where, hey, you may or may not need to evacuate. I was in that zone where I'm like, should I really think about that? Like consider genuinely, like, kind of having a bug out? But at the same time, you know, a lot of these fucking far-right freaks were literally doing, like, little patrols and fucking setting up, like, border stops and shit, you know, like, in different, you know, in between different towns, literally trying to, like, harass people and just annoy people and doing their weird little interrogations. Just vigilante weird shit, like malicious shit. And it's like, and all that did, especially around here, was to scare people. It actually turned people off very immensely from, you know, their little movement, at least around here. Despite, you know, even conservatives, you know, maybe being sympathetic with whatever fucking values or ideas they got. It turned them off, too, because they were getting annoyed and harassed by them. I mean, they legit, like, fucking were genuinely kind of terrorizing people. Not violently, but using the intimidation of it, because you think these guys are unarmed? They had their fucking rifles, you know, and shit. Like, you know, different people literally would be like, why is there random civilians all masked up? You can't fucking identify them or know who they are. Why are they doing shit like this? And why are they armed to the fucking teeth? What's going on? Like, they're kind of people were fucking genuinely worried about it. And there was a leak of, you know, like an insider who was like, there, you know, in one of these organizations pretending to be far right, just literally to just gather information, and blew a whistle because he recorded a video of a North Clackamas sheriff's dead ass talking about how these type of people can get away with murder and make it look like it's self-defense and shit if things get a little too haywire because someone, you know, wants to fucking badmouth them and they get a little too aggressive and want to fucking rough them up. Like, I mean, literally talking about, like, yeah, and there's a legal way to around here where you can kind of kill someone, basically, while acting like a bunch of fucking crazy vigilantes. I mean, it was a big fucking thing. You know, it's like, and frankly, Idaho's just pretty much like a fucking shithole with a lot of that going on, but we got it here too, and that's the fucking problem. Not as much as it used to, but you still get these motherfuckers that still want to kind of like try to drive around and be like, yeah, you know, with their fucking gigantic big ass trucks like stickered endlessly with this like weird wannabe Punisher looking fucking bullshit where it just shows how much of a tiny penis they have. And the funny thing is, I'm queer, so I could definitely say this. The funny thing is that they call people like me faggots, but they literally look like the biggest fucking faggot that is in the fucking neighborhood when they do shit like that. So, take it from a faggot. I know one when I see one, and they're the biggest projectors of it, out of anyone, especially in the queer community. So they could eat a lot of shit. And granted, maybe not, because they probably would like it. Oh man, that feels so good. Ugh. I'm honestly surprised I'm not as sore out of all the moshing and all the fucking shenanigans that I went through yesterday. But you know what? I had probably the best goddamn all-nighter last night. Cause shit, like, you know, fucking smoking up and going to like, you know, Eric's pad and shit, you know, like chiefing up with him, like the vocalist, you know, fucking Lost My Blows, and getting that connect. Shit, dude. like that is like some like, and I already like him and I were already talking about like we're due for a session. We gotta like smoke up at some point. We only been doing it virtually. I'm just like shit, bro. We got to at one point. It's like, and to think that literally on the virtue that like Logan talked to him, first before I went up there to him, like and end up getting cool with him. And then I showed up, and it's like, "What's up, Logan? What's up, my boy?" And we kind of shook up a little bit, and Logan's like, "Hey," and Eric's like, "Oh, that's your friend, right?" I was like, "Oh yeah, we've known each other since high school." And it was like, "Shit," and it looked at us like, "Hey, want to go out for a J?" It's like, is that a question or a statement? Of course I would. It's like, of course. And then that just like led up, to getting his number. And then after the show, we caught up to him again, and he was like, "Yo, once I get everything all, set up and broken down and shit, with the show and stuff, I'm going back to my place if you want to like, smoke up and stuff. I got a bomb, we got a lot of weed and shit like that. And if you want, bring a couple of favors." And I was like, "Shit." And I kind of looked at my friend Logan. I was like, "Yo, we should take advantage of this." And he's like, "Dude, are you reading my mind?" Basically, I was like, "Yeah, we're doing this." And shit, like it fucking worked out. I was like, "Holy fuck, dude!" Like, to me, that like really was the peak of the fucking year for me. Like Saturday night and that all nighter, I don't give a fuck. That was legit the peak right there. Despite the fucking roller coaster of the last month and a half for me, like that was just straight some top tier peak shit. And plus, I got like just like now a fuckload of stickers. And plus, he gave me extra too. He's like, "Here, man, have a couple extra." And I was like, "Fuck yeah," because I have a oh shit, they're all full. But yeah, I got like a bunch of extras of these bad boys and grabbed a fuckload of these. So I'm gonna stick these in the neighborhood if it would stop fucking raining. And then I got like a sticker pack from Bridge City Centers, which their art is so fucking dope. I'm dropping stickers now. But this is fucking legit pretty dope. I love this. This is pretty cool. I'm going to definitely probably stick this at the bar I like to go to. Same with this one. I got 2 of each. So I'm going to stick both of these at least on my safe over here. Just don't know where I'm going to put them. But this one's fucking epic. Especially if all like the hands coming out of the fucking, with the fucking, like thing. Dude, that's like legit right there. Man, I can't wait to get the rest of it uploaded at least. That's just going to be badass. Got at least a couple. I think I got at least, one song by Lost Mobile I was uploaded. And then I got like a YouTube short of Bridge City Centers and shit. Because I was editing that, while I was at the Heritage tonight with the guys. And then I was like, all right, going to play some pool for my boy Logan. And then he decided to just endlessly have conversations with everybody tonight. So I was like, all right, well, in between, playing pool by myself, I guess, I'll just like, make this little YouTube short because fuck it. Take advantage of the Wi-Fi here. And then I was going to upload a couple more things, but I ended up, actually finally playing the game with his roommate and Rip City's brother, Marcus. I'm playing a couple rounds with him. And then my buddy Caesar showed up too. And we ended up having teams of Brian, him, and then me and Marcus. I was like, all right. I finally, came here for what I was wanting to do. Play some pool with the boys. I was meaning to do that Logan, but Logan got distracted by talking to people. And he could be I love Logan. He can be a pill sometimes, but it's like I definitely we were kind of talking a little salt, to him when he was outside for like pretty much most of the time. And I was like, it's like, hey, we all came here to play pool, and then he's literally just having conversations with people, which whatever. I don't even really give a fuck. But it's like, hey, if we're meant to play a game together like we initially were literally doing, and you just wander away, yeah, I'm going to get bored, start doing my own thing, and then you come over wondering what's up. I'm like, I've been waiting for you, dude. It's been your turn. Like, I'm about to, like, play by myself here. And he was like, oh. And I was like, well, all right. Well, now it's not like why are you being conversational doing that? You're doing your video and I'm just talking, because of that. I'm like, I'm doing this because you're talking to people. I've been waiting for you. It's like, I mean, it's what I don't even really give a shit. It's we still had a good night, but I was just like, were we here to do this? It's like, come on, I get it. Bring them over here. It's like instead of having them all sit, at the bar end or whatever, bring them all over. Like, you're the conversation, let's bring them over here. Because then we can at least still play a game. We can still talk with them, I don't know, say la vie, right? But at the end of the day, it's all good, because, I still got my pool in, even though I sucked tonight, honestly, but whatever. At the end of the day, it's just like, I was just literally there just, having a little fun. And that's what ended up happening. I tried a pretty cool convo with, a couple people, over there, tonight that all close friends with like Logan and Brian and shit, but I only have vaguely known them. So I was like, oh shit. It's like, like how come we haven't like chatted it up before yet, and end up having like, pretty cool chats, before we end up start playing pool. Because it was like for 30 fucking plus minutes where we couldn't like, play pool at all, just on the virtue that others were playing it. And we were waiting for like these two old geezers to like, finally wrap up their game. But it was just like, God damn, bro. Like, I mean, it's like, can't you all just like fucking wrap the game up? Like, because their 8-ball for their game was literally right next to a pocket. I'm literally sitting here crossing my fingers just saying, please, just somebody hit that in so y'all stop so I have a free table so me and my boys can fucking play a game. I was like, come on. It's like, goddamn. Nice. Little emo boy. This dog's a little emo. A little turd. And a little emo. And of course, this little shithead had to make a mess while I was gone. Dog is such a little prick. And I knew I had to deal with that. There was actually like a little afterbar I was like half tempted to say fuck it and go to, but I was like, my dog hasn't seen me in 24 hours. I guarantee you it's not been let out. I guarantee you he probably doesn't have food or water. He did have that. So my dad at least, made sure he got that. But he was not let out. There wasn't a big one, but there was a little bit right next to the front door. And I'm just sitting here like, God damn it. And I could tell it's been there for a minute, so it must have been when, like, in the early morning or something when that happens. But I don't blame the dog, but, because I blame the pops on that one, because I'm just like, God damn it. Of course, there's at least a little something. I knew there was going to be something. At least it, wasn't, like, fresh, because that would have been horrible. But, it didn't stick or nothing. That was great. I just like, so all I had to do is just take some paper towels, just whip that shit out, wipe it down a little bit. So it wasn't a big deal, but it's like, it wasn't even much either. It was like, I'm actually kind of proud of him. He didn't like leave a big one. That would have left a trail. He just left like a couple little nuggets. Just a couple nuggets. Just spaced in one little area. I was like, all right. I mean, I can't be too mad. I'm not even mad at the dog, but it's like, God damn it. It's like, I knew there was going to be something. Because I was like, all right, guys. I mean, I would love to hang out with Zathbar, but motherfuck, I know my dog is needing me a little bit. So, and, let him out and shit. It has food and water. And then you want to be weird and try to go out again, but it's like, I just let you out. It's like this dog's a little brat, man. He's a little brat. I can't even deal with this dog sometimes. Because it's like, bruh, doggo, why are you insane? At least it's not like Vito insane. That Vito, like his older brother, that dog is psychotic. Like that dog is just straight fucking insane. I love that little dog, but oh my god, Vito is psychotic. At least Sukov isn't nowhere near as psychotic. He's just mischievous. That little fucker likes to be a little snoop. Snooping around, trying to fucking find shit. Get in the shit. Eat, you know, shit that he's not supposed to be eating. Nowhere near as bad as he used to be, but he's definitely a little ridiculous about it still. Honestly, I'm just kind of glad he acts more like a cat. Like, an emo little fuck, but still basically a cat. What am I doing my other phone? Oh, shoved in there. I just thought, you know, might as well show some of like the fucking, you know, photos, you know, from the show a little bit. Because this show, like, was too fucking legit. So you'll find some pretty epic photos. Ooh, I love this one. Ooh, this is good. That's a fucking epic picture right there. I like, you know, her, like, hair kind of flailing out a little bit. I just kind of wish that phone wasn't there, but it's like, yeah, whatever. Not the biggest deal in the world. I got, like, a fuckload of photos on this shit. That's a good one. I like that one. I love that steel guitar that this guy had. Like, that steel guitar is just so fucking legit. I mean, it sounded like an acoustic in a lot of ways, but as soon as you, like, added some distortion, it sounded like a heavy fucking, like, guitar. I was like a heavy metal kind of style, like, sound. I'm like, I didn't even think steel guitars could, like, go that hard. And I'm honestly now in my mind like, should I get one? Get one that's, like, you know, electric too, and then, like, you know, go a little extra on that shit. Because I mean, I'm like, I'm kind of sold on wanting a steel guitar now. Oh, this is a fucking epic shot right there. I cannot deny, like, fucking Libby, like, she is legit, like, fucking attractive as fuck. Very beautiful woman. And she had, like, some pretty epic fucking, like, you know, stories, you know, and shit, and, like, you know, some, like, you know, moments of, like, kind of little story time about her life a little bit with a lot of these kind of songs. Actually, I want to try to find one. So I know she had, like, because I know I recorded one that was, like, 9 minutes long. That, oh, here it is. Where she ended up kind of talking about her thing.
I want to tell you guys a little bit about how I came to stand here on this stage in front of you. When I was 15 years old, I was lucky enough to experience a love that a lot of people in the world will not get to experience in their whole life. And I was extremely lucky and very fortunate. And I experienced that love from about the age of 15 until about 20 years old, off and on, because breaking up is hard to do. Okay? Very hard. And I was lucky enough to transform that friendship, that relationship from lovers to friends. And we continued as friends for a long time. Yes. Which is also very hard to do. Love and hate is a very fine line. And I found myself hating him often, I won't lie. When I was 17 was the first time that we broke up. And he left me to go travel the world and hop trains and play music with Scott over here. So just let that
The bassist.
that my boyfriend broke up with me for Scott. Which, I mean, who could blame him? You know what I mean? Like, but when he left me for the first time, I was heartbroken, absolutely devastated. And I thought to myself, I can play music too. And so I picked up an instrument purely out of spite, no other reason.
That's fucking awesome.
But I quickly found that a much better fuel for your fire than spite is self-love and self-purpose and self-appreciation. Yes, and I found that in music. Music gave me that, something I had never experienced before in life. And suddenly I found myself playing music for no one else but just myself. And it healed me and it made me feel like me for the first time in forever. Yeah, it was a wonderful experience. And so flash forward, I get to play a lot of beautiful music with Tomas over the years. That was my boyfriend's name, Tomas. If you could do me all a favor and go home and listen to his band, it's called Profane Sass. Propane gas, but like with some attitude, you know?
Some attitude.
But when I was 23 years old, we lost Tomas in a freight train accident. And I was devastated. And I took a quick trip to nowhere and I began to drink myself to death. And it took me about 6 months to find myself a swollen, sick, shaky mess. And I realized one day underneath the Burnside Bridge in my car that I was making no one proud. And that it was time to pick myself up and make myself whole again. Yeah. And so I asked myself, what makes me feel like me? Like, what makes me feel good? And the answer to that was and always has been music. And so I turned to Craigslist.
Craigslist.
Michael was on Craigslist. And then we hit up Scott and was like, hey, Scott, do you want to come and play some music with us? And then we went on our very first tour ever with our good friend Clyde over here, and then Clyde just never left.
The banjo player.
And then we played a show with Lucas, where was it? At the Laurel Verse, we played a show with Lucas.
Fucking Laurel. I haven't heard that name in a minute until the show. I was like, fuck, I forgot about that.
He will be mine.
He shall be mine.
He will be mine. And now he is. That's why we're standing up here today. But this next song that I'm going to play for you, I wrote this song for my sister Isabel, for Tomas's little sister Isabel, and for her brother Toe, and for her other brother Nico, and for her mother Tony. If this song means anything to any of you, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry.
Pretty fucking epic. And the rest of it, ends up being the song, but I'll just upload the rest of it, once I got some Wi-Fi on that bitch and I can just get it uploaded. But, I mean, I love that little, kind of fucking story, because, it really is kind of a whole, Portland story, if there ever is one. I mean, it's, legit. And I love it. I mean, it's as I, haven't really heard of the band up until now, or, at this point especially, and shit. Definitely one of, the best experiences I've had in a long time when it comes to a show. And honestly, I think now, me and Phoebes should probably, do a dual stream and, have maybe a little chit chats about some of this, because I think she would love to hear the story, from the beginning to the end. Because actually, the full arc of the story of that night, from the beginning to the end, is actually pretty fucking legit. I mean, some of it was even streamed, the pregame, waiting for Logan to be like, "All right, come on, bro, you need to hurry up. Show might start at 7:30." Which it didn't, actually. It started at 8. Well, actually started more like at 7:50. But, hey, perfect fucking timing. That little emo dog. He acts like the most goofiest little silly bean. Always wanting attention, kind of like how Vito is sometimes. But then, as soon as he knows it's me, he's like, alright, I'm fucking off now. Bro, very toxic. Toxic? If you're trying to say toxic, that's not how you say it. Or at least not how you spell it. Tossin. Oh, very tossin. Tossic. Tossic tossin. Blah. If you're trying to say I'm toxic, which is kind of hilarious, then, I mean, there's obviously other stuff to look at. But also, that doesn't say anything. It's like, I mean, if I am, then how so? Like, I mean, that would, honestly, I'm kind of curious now. But you're probably just going to leave me hanging, skibbity scroll on up, because you're a goober. Well, actually, maybe not. God damn, hey, there's like a little crack right there in this. You can hardly read it. Famani, it. Huh? If you're speaking another language, I can't understand it. That's the problem. Maybe that's the issue, language barrier thing. Cressy, man. Cressy? Creasy? Like, are you trying to say greasy? For me, the accurate term would be crust punk. Thank you very much. I'm crusty. I'm not greasy. I'm crusty. There's a difference. And even then, crust punks, at least ones that care, at least, have basic sense of hygiene, like I do. How do you think I keep this, this lovely mane nice and voluptuous and curvy? Cocaine? I don't do coke. I've literally only done it twice ever, and I'm like, eh. It literally basically barely did jack shit that, caffeine can't do. Now, if you want to say I'm a caffeine head, because I like to drink coffee, a lot, then yeah, I'm a caffeine head. But Coke, nah. If I want to get the same feeling out of Coke, I literally would just shotgun a Red Bull or something. Because I'll get that quick little feeling, but also it lasts a lot longer, and plus, it's caffeine, not Coke. I just have a hardcore crash at the end of it, but whatever. Different drug, but gets you the same fucking result. And frankly, caffeine's a better result. Man, if you're trying to, pin, what drug I do, at least try to be accurate. Come on, dude. I got literally, a weed fucking hat, from a fucking ska core band, for fuck's sake. And plus, I have a Twisted Tea. I think it's obvious what drug I do. And Coke, sure as shit ain't it. Done it twice and it ain't my thing. I tried it once, I was like, oh, I guess I could see it. Second time, I was like, it's actually kind of lame. It's basically the equivalent of a 15-minute caffeine buzz, and then it just goes away. Ooh. Such a great high. Like, the only time I might do it again is if I'm, like, straight up in, like, goddamn Colombia or something, dude. Like, if I'm gonna do it again, I'm gonna do it from, like, the fucking source of where it's, like, you know, harvesting and shit and processed. Like, I'm gonna do it over there. Like, where I ain't getting some weird bullshit. Like, I mean, you know, so, whatever. Like, you know, fuck it. But I ain't doing it here anymore, because it's lame. Plus, you know, who knows what weird shit is in there, like baby power or whatever the fuck, like, nah. Bitch, I fucking live in Portland. Do you really think I'm trying to fuck around with shit like that? Especially with, like, fentanyl being all over the place? Like, fuck that, dude. No. Give me, like, a beer or two and give me some weed. That's what I care about. So I like this. It's, like, apparently very toxic and greasy and do cocaine. Even though I don't. I love the assumptions people have sometimes. It's kind of hilarious. Ay. You know what to say. Can't fix stupid. I love how those are retracted now. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my. Okay, that's actually kind of funny. Oh my god. Holy shit. I had to look back and I see message retracted. Oh my god. Oh shit. Okay. All right. That's good. That's good. Oh my god. I got a good old belly laugh out of that one. Hey, can't take it back now. I know what you said. Oh my god. Okay. All right. That was fun. That was good. Oh, holy shit. Wow. What the fuck? Oh, man. Oh, that was fun. Shit. Well, I mean, hey, you know. Like I said, I mean, if you're going to talk some shit, I don't even care if you talk shit. I literally don't give a fuck. I mean, at least, you know, make it accurate. You know, at least, like, talk some accurate shit. Here, I'll give you an easy one. I'm a furry, and I'm, like, bi. There you go. Boom. Free fucking, like, ammunition. Like, I mean, so, bada bing, bada boom. You literally got, like, a supply right there. You got, like, you know, like, fucking 250 rounds of ammunition. You be fucking shooting at me with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm now a free target. Like, one of those guys that likes, you know, anthropomorphic stuff and fursuits and, you know, weird shit and like to go ooh woo and yiff and or whatever the fuck. And also like to suck some dick, all right? Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, free ammunition. Have at it, Oz. Have at it, Francisco. Ugolini. I like that last name, though. Ugolini. Ugolini. I like it. I like it. Mamma mia. It would be even more funny if this guy's Italian. Mamma mia. Honestly, if you're calling me greasy, you fucking Fredo motherfucker, Alfredo fettuccine bitches, you're like, y'all are the biggest grease balls. Like, come on. Us Americans literally called Italians greasers and grease balls, for fuck's sake. You're going to call me greasy? I mean, shit. I mean, come on now. And hey, if can't take the heat, don't play in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't give a fuck. I actually kind of like, you know, playing around, you know, with people that like to shit talk sometimes, because it's kind of fun. I mean, I don't mind it, honestly. I don't care. I do this for fun anyway, you know? You think I'm going to give a shit? I've been doing this for a while. I've been doing this for like 6+ fucking years now, like, and I've been destined of the internet for like over a fucking decade. Like, I mean, come on. I can take the piss. I can fucking take some shit talk. I mean, it's the fucking internet. Come on. I've done my fair share. I've been on the fuck front lines and in the trenches. I've been in those shoes. Yeah, it's like, I'm kind of past it now for the most part. Every now and then I like to kind of be like one of those like lieutenant officers in the background being like, all right, I'll be on the front lines for a minute. I'll do that occasionally, but for the most part, I want to see what them young bucks and some of these other motherfuckers got. I want to see what they got. And frankly, I'm not impressed. I'm actually very fucking disappointed. The art of shit talking and the art of fucking, trolling, it seems like that art has been kind of lost on some people. Not that everyone hasn't tapped into it. There's definitely some motherfuckers that still tap into that shit. But it's starting to get sparse, and that concerns me. Like, we need the trolls. We need the shit talkers. Actually, when I was chiefing up with Eric at his pad, we were actually kind of like talking about the meaning of what Los Moblados even means. And it's not about like the inherent, because he directly said that Los Moblados means the shit talkers, but it's not about the vulgarity of it or like the cursing or whatever the fuck about it, even if it's in the name itself. It's about like talking shit to the system and being like, hey, what the fuck is up kind of shit. And I kind of figured that, honestly. I was like, especially if like Los Danos Odiados and and like Guilty or like Give It Up, like those songs in themselves are political as fuck, but like in a way that's good and fucking amazing. And like it's straight up something that like is very resonating, and that was even why I mentioned it's like, dude, like that's why, especially to me and Logan and my friends, and some of them haven't seen you guys yet, but it's like, I mean, we definitely it's like there's a resonation, when it comes to that music. And even for me, it's like I even told him, it's like, man, this is why I kind of wish that, like I took Spanish, because goddamn, like I'm like, I sometimes feel like the awkward white boy that's just kind of left out. Like, I wish I understand what's being said, but I've been honestly picking up on a lot of different things, and I'm just like, it's starting to click, but it's, it's like I just need to actually have something to fucking work with that. And Duolingo, well, I know how that owl be. That owl, I'm worried about the owl. I know how that motherfucker's gonna act. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't pay attention to the owl, ooh, no mas, no mas, no bueno. But shit, I mean, what I really love, especially like when it came to like Saturday night, not only just like just hanging with the dude, but also like actually having like legit like cool back and forth discussions about just like different elements about like his progression of like the humble beginnings of just starting at some house shows. I found out that him in 1876, like they both like straight up started kind of at the same time. And Gabe, the guy who founded 1876, he just started on his own at first. From what I understood, he literally just got a bunch of session players, basically over time, and then just found people who were like, yo, I love what you're fucking doing. Let me just join you. And that has been building up since. Like, I've noticed, like, the few times I've seen him, like, slowly but surely, more and more, they're getting more people in the band. I'm just like I said, the first time I saw them, they only had, like, 5 people, like, 2 powwow drummers, the main drummer, the bassist, and a guitarist. And then it, got another, and then they had another bassist. And then they got like another powwow drummer at this show. And I was like, oh shit, they're just literally slowly but surely expanding. They're like expanding in numbers. It's like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it's like, it's just fucking dope to slowly but surely see them too, like, explode out. And they've got a chance to talk to him for a little bit and be like, dude, it's like to kind of see you slowly but surely like build the band, but also like just get harder and harder and fucking more just like epic with the shit and just going hard with this type of stuff. It's like you're starting like a genre like that needs to pop more. I mean, because like when it comes to punk and metal too, especially, like there is a strong root of like indigenous artistry into that. Like Testament, the main vocalist for that band is indigenous. Death Angel, like I think half of that thrash metal band, like I think half of them are indigenous, or at least Oceanic and Polynesian and shit. And it's like, I mean, a lot of these fucking like bands, at least in America, do come from, especially during the 70s, 80s, and 90s, come from those backgrounds, and to kind of see an overt, open embracement of just like, not only are we indigenous just playing this type of music, we're making it like our fucking thing playing the music. I mean, it's like they're, even though I'm a big crusty old like North European white boy, like I resonate with shit like that because I'm born and raised in Oregon. Like I really resonate more with this place more than anything else. And who else, embraced it more than the indigenous that were here well fucking before I was. Like, I mean, I respect, and love and really cherish, that culture, because it's like, I mean, there needs to be like, they need their place again, in a way. That's why I love that fucking band so much, because it's like they really kind of like, put it in a way that, is very like commonplace, like, because what unifies people more than music, especially to kind of like hear like a certain message, sometimes. And they went fucking hard. They were the second opener. Lost Wild Blows was the first. And then 1876 was the second opener. And those two just, oh my God, dude, the pits were so insane. I love Logan, but he went a little too hard with me, where he like fucking damn near fucking pile drives me to the fucking ground almost at one point. I was like, Jesus, bro, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, I understand you being all hyped and fucking wanting to like lift me up. But I was like, yo, you just dead ass pile drive me. Some of the fucking pins on my hat literally ripped half of my hair, I think. Like, damn. It's like, whoa, chill pill, my guy. I feel you, but holy shit. It's like, I was like, oh, I'm going over to the side really quick and investigate my hat, make sure I didn't lose anything. Which I didn't. But I did take one pin off because I did lose a pin back on one of them, which is just whatever. Next time I order a pin, I'm going to literally message, the person, be like, do you have extra pin backs that I can have? Just like, just because I've actually done that before, for like, some artists, or like, from like eBay or Etsy. And I've legit got like 5 or 6 of them before. And I've gotten for pretty much all of them. So now I'm like, a couple pin backs short because I have a few other pins I've like, had to take the pin backs off of and use those. And oh, I have a whole fucking baggie full of pins. Maybe I could find one. Oh, I might have. I actually not just realized I might have a pin back. Hopefully, but if not, I'm just gonna have to at least just order a pin and just message that or something. Because usually they're cool about that.
Subscribe button right there, and a few other things you want to what to do.
But anyway, but at least bring it back with the kind of music thing. I think. I mean, it's like, it's just kind of, for me especially, really cool to see the progression of like a lot of these different bands, especially with Lost Wild Blows. Considering I'm like kind of legit friends with them now, especially with Eric. Like him and I are like kind of pretty legit now. I'm just like, all right, it's like he invited us to the pad to smoke up. It's like, all right, it's like shit, it's like even my friend Logan, like he has a bunch of fucking soundproofing, and he basically is like, yo, I'll donate to the Lost Wild Blows Fund and shit, and we were just like, even for me, I'm just like, dude, let's fucking go. I was like, yo, we're about to like kind of make this shit kind of legit. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to have to dig out my old trumpet, clean it out a little bit, make sure I have like lubrication for it and all that shit, and like, some grease and oil for my trumpet. And I need to start practicing on that fucker. Because, I mean, I've become a session player for different shows in Portland at least. Or maybe I even travel with them, like, and be a session player as a trumpet player. Dude, to go to Mexico City with them and play at shows, oh my fucking God. Okay, I don't want to get too ambitious. I don't want to go like too far with it, but if I could get my chops back with fucking playing trumpet, that door is certainly going to be there. Fuck, dude. I really do not want to think about it too hard because I don't want to be too ambitious or reach too far for now, but fuck, to know that there's like, you know, a hallway where I could kind of open that door on the side, you know, at least when it comes to the hallway of music and shit, because I'm going to go down that at least. Because I want, you know, at some point I want to at least get just another fresh set of fucking strings for my guitar and see if I can find like a nut for the bottom of it too, because the last one broke off, but it's not like the actual piece on the bottom where, you know, you go in there, like it's not broken, but the actual nut itself just like got loose and fell off and just disappeared. So, I mean, I just need to get another like nut for it basically. And then after that, just grab a little Bluetooth, you know, speaker, you know, just like I have a little playlist of certain music, use the little red songbook and just start kind of jamming and shit. I mean, at the very least, you know, I could get a little something out of that. And Portland's very well known for busking. I mean, fucking, you know, Bridge City Centers, they literally started by just busking out on the street. I mean, hey, you gotta start somewhere. You gotta have your humble beginnings. I think it'll just be a little too wild if like those humble beginnings got like somehow rapidly jump started by being in that band. That would be a little too fucking insane. I think they're gonna have like a couple more shows in January, and then they're gonna have like a little chill period. And they're already kind of having their little chill period anyway, so they might just have like, you know, a little kickback or whatever. And I'm just like, oh, you know, I honestly forgot to tell Eric too. It's like, you know, I actually kind of weirdly enough, I'm, you know, like a mutual friend of Dylan's, you know, because his name is also Dylan. And I actually lost his number. I've been meaning to like, you know, hang out with Dylan too at some point to maybe like get you know, his number too, you know, at least get it back. So maybe we all can kick it too at some point. Cause I mean, I've been meaning to catch up with that guy too, because I mean, him and I were close as fuck, you know, and shit too, you know, and it's like I kind of been meaning to see how he's been doing, and you know, at some point, just like kick it with him, you know. So I think that would be kind of a cool little, you know, interaction as well. But I'll only bring it up next time, you know, if I at least remember it. Now I have his number, which is actually kind of fucking insane to think about. I mean, I'm thinking like, I'm not going to abuse that. I'm only going to like hit him up specifically about maybe like, hey, you know, what time are you free to maybe like, you know, chill in Portland or something like that, you know, whatever, you know, or some shit, you know, like just some stuff like that, you know. But like beyond that, I'm like, I am not going to, you know, abuse that shit. Maybe I might like, you know, share some music with him, you know, be like, hey, have you heard of this band? Because, you know, I've been kind of like getting into this kind of shit too a little bit. And I think, you know, like, you know, and blah, 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 you know, I think that'd be kind of interesting. Maybe just go back and forth about sharing music together and shit. Like, I can see that happening at least. I could probably be, you know, chill with that at least. But beyond that, I'm not gonna, I don't want to like abuse that power, because knowing that is like, well, I mean, I think, you know, once I kind of get my chops back, you know, playing trumpet, I think maybe I'll hit him up about maybe doing like session playing and stuff like that. Because I mentioned that to him. It's like, you know, I haven't played it, you know, in a few years, so I have to get my chops back. But once I kind of get at least, you know, some of that back, you know, hey, maybe we'll, you know, try it out. You know, just for, you know, jamming out and shit like that. Because, I mean, I would love to, you know, like just jam with them. I just at the minimal, that'd just be cool enough as it is. Ooh. I won't actually like mention too much of it, but I actually do know why Stevie, their original guitarist, left the band too. And it's actually kind of fucking, I was like mind blown. I literally was like, what? Wow, that's how it went down. Because he mentioned like, oh yeah, our new guitarist, like, Amber's mentioned about that. I was like, and I kind of brought it up. I was like, I've been meaning to ask like what happened with Stevie, the original guy, and he went like, I just kind of said like conflict of it was sort of like conflicts about like his project and just in the band, and he was like, yeah, and he kind of told the story a little bit, and I just was like, what the fuck? I was actually genuinely shocked. I thought like it might have just been mutual understanding, just because like, hey, he's working on his project, doesn't have time to like, go to all the tours and shit. And he did mention that like that was certainly a part of it, but that wasn't all of it though. I was just like, wow. I mean, and I thought like, at least just obviously as a fan, I thought like, like, hey, like, I just thought it would just be whatever, like, because sometimes that happens. Like, hey, maybe like, because someone wants to do their own project, for whatever reason, like they would just, be like, hey, I'm kind of wanting to focus on this kind of sound and stuff, I still want to be a part of band, but I just can't, be going to all these, places and shit like that. Like I, want to. So, hey, let's just, mutually, have a part ways thing. But that just wasn't what it was. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, whoa. And kind of lost a little respect. I mean, I still, have the best wishes, for Doumbia. I still like the music. I mean, I'm not going to stop listening to him. I'll go to his shows. I mean, if anything, I'd be kind of curious to kind of see what his side of the story is. Maybe, I'll hang with him, because him and I, like, I mean, I'm chill with him too. Like, I'm acquainted with him, so it's like, I mean, I could probably, talk to him and say what's up, and I don't know, maybe if it gets brought up, we'll see. I mean, because I don't really have animosity one way or the other, but it's just like, damn, it still sucks. At least especially because, honestly, I kind of, think Eric's right about, everything, especially considering, like, he's just chill as fuck. Honestly, like, I'm kind of surprised, like, like, he can get pissed off sometimes, because, he wasn't, what he was talking about, but, he was talking about, like, yeah, I was, like, generally, like, fucking angry and pissed about that shit. You should, like, I'm never like that, but, like, I was like, and I was even like, damn, yeah, I could never, think of you like that. You just seem like a really chill ass stoner bro. And it's like, well, yeah, that's pretty much who I am. And it's like, well, fuck yeah. Smoked, some of that dank, and dude, he sent us into orbit, honestly. Like, I don't know what weed he got, but dude, it's like, it's like, damn. Kind of puts me to shame. It's like, shit. There's like one thing I was meaning to ask the guy too, like, like, because when he was gonna, like, maybe potentially have like another album release, or if he already did or something, because I already have like his, EP, for Bridge City Sessions, but I was just like, oh, when's the no? Because I was thinking, like, I want to ask about, like, if it's not, a thing yet, they should do a studio recording of it, like Valencia and Bella Ciao, like, because they've done those songs live before. They didn't do them live for this show, but they have done it before. And I'm kind of like in my mind thinking like, it's like, maybe there's like, some copyright aspect to it, but I mean, if they're doing it like, I mean, there's like fair use too. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'll have to ask them about that. It's like, what troubles would there be when it comes to like, maybe recording your own I mean, I think Bella Ciao, like, that's not like literally a anti-fascist, like, communist, like, Italian song. Like, that's just like, I think that, is without question. But I mean, at least for like Valencia, that's a little different. I mean, so I'm thinking, just especially as an artist to artist kind of thing and a musician to musician thing, because obviously I want to make my own music too at some point. And actually, kind of, I now got my foot in the door, especially now. But it's just like, definitely want to like have the extra foot in the door to be like, hey, like, I mean, what could I, potentially like, what should I look out for if I'm doing like, cover songs or if I'm doing like, my own variation of a song kind of thing. Because I think they did do a cover of an instrumental, or if I remember, I honestly forgot exactly what he said, what the song was, but like I did record it because it was the last instrumental that they played at that show. But I'll just have to ask him again. Actually, I could probably actually ask him that and text him that, be like, but I'll just do that tomorrow in the afternoon or some shit. Be like, hey, I'm gonna upload that, last instrumental song. What was it called again? I forgot. And just say lol or something like that, and I'm sure he'll be able to like hook me back up with that. Not just say, hey, thanks, man, and just keep a lookout for it. Shit. I still kind of can't get over Saturday night. That night was a little too like, what the fuck? Even for Logan, like he came back home, with us for a little bit, and it was like, what the fuck? I'm so high. He obliterated me. Dude, he could have. Dude, apparently, we all crashed back at Logan's place. I guess in the morning at this point, earlier this morning, he like apparently he didn't even go to bed. He was in bed, trying to sleep, but he was just like, I'm so high. I'm so high as fuck. Just literally like going for the motions of just like thinking about shit. I'm just like, damn, bro. Just like, fuck. I mean, he thought his tolerance is a little bumped up because of me. Nope. Nope. Not at all. He got fucked up. It was actually kind of funny. Because even at like, Eric's place, like he was legit just like pretty lit. To the point where he at least, was able to like chill. Because we're all, chilling at least, but it was just like, damn, bro. My boy Eric got Logan high as cat. I'm a stoner, so to me, I was just like, I'm nice and lit. I don't even want like this, like, fucking drink that, this little weird vodka shot thing. I don't even want this right now. I took a sip and I was like, fuck this. I just want to smoke that dank. Just chat with this guy. That's literally like how I was basically. I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna like just I don't want this lime vodka thing. Bleh. Put that in my pocket. I just wanted to smoke the dank. I did have the rest of it later, but I was just like, I don't want this right now. This will fuck the high too much. This will fuck it up. What's up, pup? Do you really need to go outside? All right, hold on. Hold on, little pup. All right, damn, I guess I really need to. Buddy, what? Excuse me. Can I do some? Yes. He's going right next to the gate. What the fuck? He's like, I want to go outside in front of the house, but you won't let me, so I'm gonna piss on the gate. What a goofy little shit, dude. What a goofball. That dog is ridiculous, bro. Oh my god. What a goofy ass dog. What a goof. I'm hearing this little dog just scrummaging around outside. He's such a goof, bro. Damn. Don't be an emo boy. Hey, you know what? Hey, Zukov. Chair. Oh, good boy. Hello, buddy. Oh, look at you. You're so cute. Yes. Yes, Papa. Hey, no, get back on your chair, you little bitch. Hey, Zukov. No. Oh. Emo boy. He literally closed the door. That is video evidence of him closing the door. He does that. He's an emo boy. What is wrong with this dog? What is up with him? What, you don't want to lay down on the chair, just be a little cute little cuddle ball? That's the video of him coming out. He likes to be a jazzy, but he wants to do it by himself, like a little freak. Bleh. This dog's a fucking nightmare and a half sometimes. At least he's not like 2.5 nightmares like Vito is. That dog is insane. I love that. I love those dogs, you know, like Jazzy and Vito, but oh my god, they are psychotic. Genuinely insane. I will say, they do get guest appearances on the stream that I did with Phoebe. So, I mean, there is that. If you want to see how much of a nightmare they can be sometimes, you know, you got that. That's like Jazzy. Jazzy's like a little chunky little lap dog. She's nothing but chunk. She's straight up a chunk. She's literally a chunk. Little goblin head with little bat ears, no neck, all fluff, and just chunk. just straight up chunk. But she's the most sweetest little thing. The sweetest of beans. Literally a fucking little bean. She's straight up a black bean. Vito's like a little coffee bean. Zukov is like a little garbanzo bean. That got a little burnt too much in the sun. Because that dog is ridiculous. Insane. Nice. I think at least, you know, cash that bowl and then load one more little bowl skin. I'll go for a nap. Get myself some food. Because I'm a hungry bean. Those doggos being the most absurd little beans that they are, I need to chat down on my little fair share. Be a little stoner bean. Get the munchies out of the way. I'm actually a little sad. I want to kind of snack down on some nachos from Sevy's because Brian kind of got me a little hooked on that shit. Especially when it comes to stoner food. And dead ass. There are onions over there. And I add the chili. So it's like, what the fuck? The main things that I want in my fucking shit, it's not there. It disappoints me. So I'm gonna have to just like, you know, postpone that bitch. And just wait. Literally just wait until they re-up on the shit. And it makes me sad. I have a feeling that me and probably the main ones that have like been tapping into that shit and I've like dead ass like, you know, ran their supply down. I think it's between us that have done that. Mamma mia. You fucking emo. You know what? I know one way I can get him back in here. Got some eats for this dog. Zukov. Quit being the emo boy. Get out of here. Get out of here. Come on. Oh, yep. That got him going. That didn't take long at all. I might have some of this first, though. Zukov, come on. You know how to open a door. If you can close one, you know how to open it. You've done it before. Quit being a bitch. There you go. Come on, dude. Nah, boy. Good boy. Well, hey. Whoa. Hey, buddy. Mamma mia. Ah! Oh, you just fucking smacked my nuts. Ow. What's with you and Vito doing that to us? You fucking bitch. Ah! Oh, now you want to sit in the chair? I didn't even have to say shit. Oh, fuck you. Oh, I'm sitting here for a minute. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm not feeling a wave of goodness. This is a wave of fucked. Oh, my God. Oh, what the fuck? The fuck you? Hey, sit back down, bitch. Fuck you. Oh, my God. That hurt. Yeah. Fuck you. I need. Can catch it. Oh, fuck. Did you just inhale that? This fucking dog literally just inhaled that fucking chunk of meat. What the fuck? You're gonna work for this shit, you little fuck. Nope. Hey! Meh. Oh my God, the fucking demon's been the leash out of you. Paw! Force it out. Force it out of my hand. He's trying to get it out of my hand. Paw. Up. Up. Ow! There you go. A little shit stain. You fucking little absurd bean. You want more of this? Okay, shot. It's mine, motherfucker. This Sidewinder missile. Oh my God, the fucking demon eyes in this. Oh my God.
I'm likely to die in the street for being me, but don't nobody give a fuck. Murder our sons and their daughters who walk free, but don't nobody give a fuck. How come we never let the news of TV? Don't nobody give a fuck.
Damn. Yeah, you caught that. Sit. Good boy. He's being a good boy now. Patience, good boy. Stay. Still. 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 Good boy. Damn. That's a good boy right there. You know, he likes to be a little bitch, but he knows better. He's a good boy. This is a good boy. Yeah, there you go. This is a good boy. This is a good boy. Hey, chair. Up. Up. Hey. Chair. Chair. Hey. You little butt. Hey. Chair. Come on. Good boy. I got no more. That's all. No more. Goofy little baby. Boom. You're just a good boy, aren't you? You're just a good boy. You're like Jazzy when it comes to actually being a good boy. But your psychotic, mischievous, little Loki-ass little fucking mindset sometimes, you know, wants to be a Vito. But now you're just being a little Jazzy. Oh, he's being a Vito. He's going to him, boy. Even though it's all reason for him too. Goofy little shit. That dog is so adorable and ridiculous. I'm actually shocked you haven't closed the door on yourself yet there, bud. Come on, sit in your chair. You're gonna be even boy now. Oh, just gotta get a little scritch out of the ear. Yeah, get that scritch. Goofy little dog. Come on, bud. Sit in the chair. Quit staring at me and just get in the damn chair or fucking be an emo boy. Take your pick. Come on. Emo boy. Emo boy. I should actually find out what, like, emo means in, like, you know, Russian or, like, translate it. Because, honestly, it would be kind of hilarious, you know, just call him, like, whatever that is, Andrew Zukov. Emo Zukov. When he's being an emo boy like this, we just gotta call him that. Fucking little goofball. If you had, like, you know, like, long hair like I did, I would legit, like, you know, style it so it just kind of, like, flaps over, kind of like, you know, like, I'm emo status. I'm an emo dog, bro. Because he literally is that. He's an emo boy. Little fucking little fruit. I'll never say this little dog. Because he's absurd. At least it's not psychotic, but, I mean, damn. This dog's ridiculous. Absurd fucking thing. Goof. Well, just say that last bowl will be the final one. So, I'm gonna give myself some good dank in my gullet. Now I already have something ready to go. It's gonna be amazing. So anyway, peace out. Back to explore the dank. And I'll see y'all in that next one. So,